Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on weekend cruises all the time, and it feels like forever since I've made a video for you all, but it's only been like a month, I think, and it's probably been a month and a half since I've been on my last sailing, which was towards the beginning of December, and now I'm towards the end of January 2026. But I wanted to take a moment to kind of say hello, first of all, and what you can expect going forward in 2026, where I'm going to be in some of the ships that I'm going to be on, and why I'm looking forward to those, or maybe I'm a little bit anxious about going on those ships. 2026 is a unique year for me because I have a sabbatical at my full-time job. Many of you don't realize that I have a full-time job. It's one reason my content comes in spurts. Sometimes I have the ability to create content. Sometimes I need to prioritize other things in my life. And so hopefully this year I'm gonna have 9 total weeks of vacation, which sounds crazy, but I'm hopeful to get some really neat cruises in there that I can tell all of you about. And so I've got my notes here that we're going to kind of go over, but I wanted to walk you through what to expect. I've got some long cruises. I think probably one's going to be one of my longest cruises I've ever booked, and a lot of new ships, but more importantly, new cruise lines that I'm excited to talk about. First up, where I am at this exact moment, you've probably already guessed it, I am on MSC, the MSC Seaside that is currently doing weekends out of Miami. So I love the fact that it's in Miami. I can just jump over there. And the price point for these were amazing when I booked them. I was getting them for about $250, $300 for a solo traveler in a guaranteed inside room. And so I am super excited to have been able to book, I think I booked about 3 months worth of weekends for $99, fully refundable deposit. And then when I got there, I was like, I'll just figure it out. Life has happened. I am staying on land more these days, and so I did have to cancel a good number of those, but I was able to maintain 3 of those sailings on the seaside where I am starting at now. So this is my low-cost option that is out there. Again, $250, $300, you can't beat that. She's going for a little bit more. I just priced her out yesterday, but you still can get on here for about $450 for a solo cruiser. My next ship is one that I am really looking forward to, and it is another MSC ship. So as I mentioned, I've got a lot of vacation time I'm trying to burn, and some of those days I'm going to use on the MSC Grandiosa. So I'm going to be heading up to Port Canaveral by Orlando to sail on one of MSC's newer ships, and I have only heard amazing things about this ship. So I am super excited to go over there, share with you what the full ship tour is going to be, because she is newer to the US. She has been sailing in the European market for a long time. She is now here, and I got her for a steal. Yo, you got to pay attention to cruise prices. I booked her for $679 for a guaranteed inside room for a solo cruise. Just recently, they sent me an email saying, hey, you should upgrade. And I was like, oh, it's interesting. It's kind of close to be getting the upgrade offers, but it's a 7-night cruise. I'll throw in whatever the minimum is. Actually, take that back. It's $679. I booked an ocean view cabin. And so I threw in a $125 bid per stateroom, so it's not the double like you see on others, for $125, and I found out literally the next day that I got the upgrade. So I'm in a balcony on MSC Grandiosa for 7 nights for $800. I will take that all day long. Yes, I've got to go up to Canaveral for it, but hey, these are the sacrifices you got to make. Even with all the Ubers involved and the Brightline train, it's still going to be well under $950 for a 7-night cruise in a balcony. The itinerary is pretty horrible, I will say that. It is only going to Ocean Key. I love the island. Goes to Nassau, and it's going to go to Puerto Plata, and it's going to have 3 sea days. That is it. So good thing I like going on cruise ships a lot, because it's going to be a lot of time on the ship. Next up, Mom comes into town. So you all love when Mom comes with me. I love when Mom comes with me. And so she's going to be coming down from North Carolina in March to join me on 3 different sailings. And so she's going to be here for about 3 weeks, and I'm going to keep her extremely busy the way that this is going to work out. Now, first of all, we're going to start with the MSC Seaside. And so I do upgrade to a balcony, and I didn't get the price on this one, but with Mom, it is a little bit more expensive because, you know, I want Mom to be treated well. So we're in a balcony cabin for this sailing. So super looking forward to it. The floor plan here, you know, worries me a little bit with Mom because it is not as easy to know where you're going and to pick up on it. So hopefully she's going to watch my full ship tour of the MSC Seaside that is coming up. But it's difficult, and so I do have some concerns there. I'm sure she's going to be fine, and you know, I cater to her and treat her like a princess, so we should be in good shape. I think she's really going to love Miami Beach, and she's overall going to love the pool areas here on MSC Seaside. But more importantly, I think she's really just going to gravitate towards Ocean Key because it's not as commercialized as Coco Key, which I think is the only other private island she's been to at this point. So I think she's really, really going to gravitate towards it, and the water is just beautiful here. The next one that we're going to go on, so that's a weekend. Then on Wednesday, we're going to board on Oceania Insignia out of Tampa to go to, I think, the Western Caribbean. I'm not even sure where it's going. I found Oceania, this 7-night cruise out of Tampa, for $1,500 per person, so $3,000 total, in a ocean view cabin. And I said, that is a steal for Oceania. I have never done luxury cruising, and I think, keep me honest, travel agents, in the comments down below, Luxuriana is considered luxury. It's more of an introductory luxury, if you will. That's kind of my understanding. Price point, certainly higher. $1,500 per person at Ocean View is a great deal for them. And so I saw it and I was like, this is my chance. And I could get mom to come with me, so I'm splitting the cost. I could not do a single supplement at $1,500 for a 7-night, because that's going to be $3,000 total for just me. But since mom's coming, I figured, why not? So super excited to have her go on a smaller ship. I think she's really going to gravitate towards the floor plan, the things to do. And it's just going to be an older ship. I still think back to when I took her on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, and she felt like she was one of the more senior people on the ship. She should feel right at home on Oceania Insignia. So I'm super excited about that, and trying some of what I hear is amazing food on this cruise ship. So a lot more to come. This is one that I'm probably the most excited about as far as new cruise lines that I'm going to be going on. From there, we're going to head over, so that's going to come back on Wednesday in Tampa, and then that Friday, we're then going to jump on the Royal Caribbean Radiance of the Seas. And so this is a ship and class that I absolutely adore. I think there's so much charm and character in the Radiance class ships that are out there. All the hardwoods, the dark woods that they've got, the layout of it, all the glass, they're just absolutely beautiful to me. So I am really looking forward to going on, again, a smaller ship. More importantly, reminding mom that Oceania is not the end all be all. You could still have a good time on other ships. I do not want her getting used to Oceania, so this would be a nice follow-up to say, hey, here's something similar that we can continue doing at a lower price point. And my most anticipated cruise that I'm going to be going on with a cruise line I've already done is the Celebrity Ascent. So the Celebrity Ascent is doing a weekend cruise in April 17th. If you wanted to check it out, you want to be there, would love to see you all. It's not a group, but you're welcome to join me. It is going to be such a great time for me, because you all have told me how amazing the Edge class ships are. The Edge, the Beyond, the Apex, the Ascent, all of them you say are absolutely wonderful. And so I am very excited to go. I booked this one for about $800 for an interior cabin, which is a little bit more expensive. When you have these one-off cruises, especially with a new one, the cruise lines know that it is going to be a hot topic. People are going to be there just to check it out. And I am very glad to pay $800 to be on this ship, because I've just heard such wonderful things. With that being said, I have an unpopular opinion that I personally would love Celebrity to take after her bigger sister, Royal Caribbean, and put some of her newer ships doing weekends. Let us new folks to cruising experience what that's like, so you get us hooked. You should definitely put an Edge class ship running weekends, preferably out of Miami. Now that you've got the new terminal there, you've also got the new Terminal G being rebuilt. Be a great spot for an Edge class ship to start doing 3- and 4-night sailings. Next up, I'm going to be going to what I call Old Faithful. That is the Celebrity Reflection. She is a doll of mine. She's probably my favorite go-to ship at this point when the price point is right, and so far it has been. So she's pricing out reasonably at $450 for an interior cabin for a solo cruiser, and that's just perfect for me. I also love Celebrity because I get my Zenith benefits there. So you all know that I have Pinnacle status that I earned on Royal Caribbean. With their reciprocal agreement that is in place, I also get Zenith status on Celebrity, and that is wonderful. I get all the drinks that I want. I get free Wi-Fi. It is such a good experience over there, and they do a lot to go above and beyond for their Zenith members. And so it is quickly becoming, if not, it is my favorite cruise line and cruise ship to go on right now for weekends. And so I'm excited to have several of these booked throughout the year, and I'm booking them for around $450 for an interior, which I think is a reasonable price. It's not as cheap as I would like. I'd love to pay nothing, but $450, not bad. The next ship here is one that I have a little bit of animosity for, and this may surprise some of you, but I am going on the Virgin Resilient Lady, Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady. And I paid $1,800 for 2 people in an interior cabin for this sailing. That already gives me pause right there. You heard all the numbers of my 3 nights that I just had. This is $1,000 plus for an extra night on a cruise ship. And look, I've been on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady about 5 times. I know the experience. I know that it has changed, so I'm interested to get back to it. to see how it's doing. But y'all, $1,800 for an interior cabin, like, I don't get it. That does not make sense to me personally. They do come with a lot more included. I get that. But at the end of the day, it is not that much more included. The food there, I think, is amazing. It is not $1,000 for an extra night more amazing. And so I'm going over there mainly because my boyfriend right now, who I am traveling with, I still get hung up on calling him that. I'm not used to this. He is cruising with me now, and so I wanted to take him on Virgin to show him what that is like. I think he may really like it. He's not going to like the price point either, but it's kind of going to be our anniversary trip. Can't believe I am saying that out loud, that it has been a solid year. But that's going to be our anniversary trip, and so I wanted to do something a little extra special. And so I'm going on this a little begrudgingly. I think it's going to be a great time. I think he's going to love it, but the price point is killing me, you all. So if they show up and rock out, it may be worth every single dollar there. I am hoping that is going to be the case, but I do have a little bit of anxiety on paying this much for a cruise where I know that I can easily get other options for a more reasonable price. The last one on here is going to be a new destination for me. So the most requested cruise that I should go on is a Transatlantic. And so with my sabbatical that is coming up, I have a lot of time, a big block of time that I can use. And so my goal right now, and I've already got a deposit on it, is to do the Sky Princess, taking her from Southampton down to Port Canaveral to return from my sabbatical. So I am super excited about this. I have never done one before, but I was like, this is actually the perfect time. Like, I'm trying to find a way to travel for a 6-week block and save money. So if I'm already in, a different part of the world, taking a return cruise back is for 2 weeks. All my food will be included, all my entertainment will be included, and I don't have to buy international airfare. Okay, cruise costs about $2,000. I am in, what did I book for that? I think I booked, I don't know if I probably got an interior, knowing me, because I cheaped out, but I want to say that I might have a nicer cabin. Either way, $2,000, non-refundable deposit. It is going to have 8 sea days in a row, 10 total on this 15-night cruise. That gives me a little bit of pause. The most sea days I've done in a row was 4 down in South America, where we left Ushuaia, coming over to Santiago, and we had to skip one of the ports. That gave me 4 sea days in a row. Doubling that to 8, I'm going, Brandon, what are you going to be doing? I'm either going to be in you all's face all the time, pushing out tons of content because I am bored, reading a book, or I don't know what I'm going to be doing. If you've gone on a Transatlantic before, let me know how you kill 8 sea days in a row. It's going to become a little bit like Groundhog Day, I have a feeling. But I'm just really excited to be able to say that, hey, I've actually done a Transatlantic. I know what these are like. Super excited. Hopefully I can keep this because I've still got a few more weeks. This is me hoping the timelines line up to allow me to take the Sky Princess back from Europe back to the US. So that is all for now. This is still a light schedule for me. You all know that I have a lot more planned. As I try to balance things on land, as I try to balance things on the water, I will be rounding this out more. It looks like Celebrity Reflections is actually staying fairly cheap in the summer right now, so you might see me on more of those. And I'm going to hopefully be booking more cruises, maybe some land stuff for my sabbatical. And then, of course, I'll have December of the year as well that I can book some more weekends. So super excited to bringing you more content. I've already told you about 2 7-night cruises, which is crazy for me, on the Oceania Insignia, the Grandiosa, and I've got the 15-night booked on the Sky Princess, in addition to multiple weekends and 1 4-nighter on Virgin. So more to come, stay tuned. If you want to join me on a cruise, I may be doing a group cruise later in the year. Make sure you're signing up for the group cruise newsletter down below. Would love to have you. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on weekend cruises as often as I can. More to come, and look forward to seeing you on a weekend cruise soon.